Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, July 4th, 2022. Today I'm going to recap the weekend's Major League Baseball, WNBA, Major League Soccer games, look ahead to today's games in baseball and women's basketball. We'll go over the weekend's Wimbledon results and look ahead to today's matches. We'll look at the results from the John Deere Classic. We'll go over the NASCAR results from the weekend, my latest NHL mock draft, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start with Major League Baseball. A lot of stuff to talk about. And we have an interesting slate of games today as well. Friday night, Cubs over the Red Sox 6-5, Blue Jays over the Rays 9-2, Mariners over the Nats 6-3, Phils over the Cards 5-3, Braves over the Reds 9-1, Brewers over the Pirates 19-2, Mets over the Rangers 4-3. Royals over the Tigers 3-1, Astros over the Angels 8-1, D-backs over the Rockies 9-3, Twins over the Orioles 3-2, A's over the Mariners 3-1, Dodgers over the Padres 5-1, White Sox over the Giants 1-0, and Yankees Guardians was rained out and had a doubleheader on Saturday. Saturday's results: doubleheader game 1, Rays over the Blue Jays 6-2, doubleheader game 1, Yankees over the Guardians 13-4. Twins over the Orioles 4-3, White Sox over the Giants 5-3, Marlins over the Nationals 5-3, Pirates over the Brewers 7-4, Cards over the Phillies 7-6, Astros over the Angels 9-1, Braves over the Reds 4-1, Tigers over the Royals 4-3, Mariners over the A's 2-1, Rangers over the Mets 7-3, doubleheader game 2, Rays over the Blue Jays 11-5, doubleheader game 2, Yankees over the Guardians 6-1, Cubs over the Red Sox 3-1, Dodgers over the Padres 7-2, and the Rockies over the Diamondbacks 11-7. And Sunday's results: Royals over the Tigers 7-4, KC 29-48, Detroit 30-47, Marlins over the Nats 7-4, Marlins 37-40, Washington 29-52, Brewers over the Pirates 2-0, Milwaukee 46-35, Pittsburgh 32-47, Rays over the Blue Jays 7-3 to complete the sweep. Tampa 43-36, Toronto 44-36. Reds over the Braves 4-3 on a walk-off single by Albert Almora Jr. Reds are 27-51. Atlanta 46-34. Guardians over the Yankees 2-0. The Guardians are 40-36. Yankees 58-22. Mets over the Rangers 4-1. The Mets 49-30. Rangers 37-40. Angels lose to the Astros 4-2. Astros 51-27. LA 37-44. Orioles over the Twins 3-1. Orioles 36-44. The Twins 45-37. Red Sox over the Cubs 42-11. Red Sox 44-35. Cubs 32-47. Rockies over the Diamondbacks 6-5. Rockies 35-44. Arizona 35-44. So the same record. White Sox over the Giants 13-4. White Sox 38-39. Giants 40-37. Mariners over the A's 2-1. Mariners 39-42. Oakland 26-55. Padres over the Dodgers 4-2. Padres 47-34. Dodgers 49-29. And the Phillies over the Cardinals 4-0 on Sunday Night Baseball. Phillies 42-38. St. Louis 44-37. Now we look ahead to today's games. It's unfortunate a couple teams aren't playing on the 4th. We have an 11 a.m. game between the Marlins and the Nationals. Braxton Garrett and Patrick Corbin. The favorite team in this game is Miami, -116. The Nats are -102. Over under 9. Overs even money. Unders -122. Marlins -1.5 is +136. Nats +1.5 is -164. I'm going with the over. 1 o'clock, Rangers Orioles from Camden Yards. Dane Dunning and Dean Kremer. Rangers -110, Orioles -106, over under 8.5, overs -122, unders even money. Rangers -1.5 is +146. Baltimore +1.5 is -176. I'm laying the -110 with the Rangers here. Guardians Tigers game 1. Zach Plesac and Garrett Hill making his debut for the Tigers. Guardians -142, Tigers +120, over under 8.5, overs -114, unders -106. Guardians -1.5 is +115. Tigers +1.5 is -138. I'm going to go with the over. 1:30, Rays Red Sox from Fenway. Jalen Beeks and Austin Davis. Boston minus 136. Rays plus 116. Over under 10. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. Braves plus 1.5 is minus 172. Red Sox minus 1.5 is plus 142. I love the under. That is way too high. Even for a Rays game. 4 o'clock, the Cubs and the Brewers. Justin Steele and Eric Lauer. Brewers minus 148. Cubs plus 126. Over under 9. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Cubs plus 1.5 is minus 150. Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 125. I'm going with the over. Royals Astros. Jonathan Heasley and Jake Odorizzi. Astros minus 235. Royals plus 194. Over under 9. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 105. Astros minus 1.5 is minus 114. I'm going to go lay the Astros run line minus 1.5 at minus 114. Giants Diamondbacks at 6 o'clock. Carlos Rodon and Madison Bumgarner. So Bumgarner against his former team. Giants are minus 186. D-backs are plus 156. Over under 8. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Giants minus 1.5 is minus 110. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 110. I'm going to go with the D-backs run line plus 1.5 at minus 110. It's under 70% for the Giants. So kind of like the D-backs run line here. 6:30 of the Mets at the Reds from Great American Ballpark. Taijuan Walker and Hunter Green. Mets minus 162. Reds plus 136. Over under 9.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Mets minus 1.5 is minus 108. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 113. Same strategy here. I'm taking the Reds run line plus 1.5 at minus 113 because they're 38.5 to win. That's not that terrible. Mariners Padres. Chris Flexen and Sean Manaea. Padres minus 190. Mariners plus 160. Over under 8. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Mariners plus 1.5 is minus 137. Padres minus 1.5 is plus 114. I'm going to go with the over. Doubleheader Game 2. Makeup for May 27th between the Guardians and the Tigers. Cal Quantrill Mino is going for the Tigers. The game's not posted yet on FanDuel. 7:20 of the Cardinals and the Braves. Dakota Hudson and Kyle Wright. Braves minus 172. Cardinals plus 144. Over under 9.5. Overs minus 108. Unders minus 112. Cards plus 1.5 is minus 134. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 112. I'm going to go with the under. I'm tempted to take the Cardinals, though. 8 o'clock, you have the Twins at the White Sox. Dylan Bundy and Johnny Cueto. White Sox minus 130. Twins plus 110. Over under 9. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. Twins plus 1.5 is minus 148. White Sox minus 1.5 is plus 146. I like the over, but I don't feel good about it. 9 o'clock, you have the Blue Jays at the Athletics. Alek Manoah and Cole Irvin. Blue Jays minus 240. A's plus 198. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Blue Jays minus 1.5 is minus 140. A's plus 1.5 is plus 116. I like the over. One of the bullpens is going to blow up. And last but not least, the Rockies at the Dodgers. Kyle Freeland against Julio Urias. Dodgers minus 300. Rockies plus 245. Over under 8. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Rockies plus 1.5 is plus 122. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 146. For this game, I'm going to go with the first half over at minus 104. I think that the Dodgers can hit Freeland a little bit here. All right, now I'll move on to the WNBA. We'll recap the games from the weekend right now. And do we have any games today? Yes, I thought so. Friday, Sparks over the Wings, 97-89. Aces over the Lynx, 91-85. That was a Commissioner's Cup game. And the Storm over the Fever, 73-57. Saturday, you have the Sky beating the Mercury, 91-75. And then yesterday, you had the Sun over the Mystics, 74-72 in overtime. The Dream over the Storm, 90-76. The Sparks over the Liberty, 84-74. And the Lynx over the Aces, 102-71. Only one game today, 7 o'clock on ESPN. You have the Mercury and the Sparks. Mercury 9-13. The Sparks are 9-11. The Sparks are getting 1.5 at home. Total's 165.5. I'm taking the Sparks. I understand the Mercury played more games. These two teams have the same number of wins. I'm taking the Sparks at plus 1.5 at minus 114. I'm taking a minus 102 on the money line, too, to win outright. All right, now I'll move on to Major League Soccer and go over the weekend's results. And we do have a couple games today, actually. All right, Saturday, Seattle over Toronto 2-0. Vancouver over LAFC 1-0. Now Saturday. Sunday, Atlanta and NYCFC 2-2 draw. Philly Columbus 0-0 draw. New England Cincinnati 2-2 draw. Minnesota over Salt Lake 3-2. Red Bulls over Kansas City 1-0. Charlotte over Houston 2-1. Nashville Portland 2-2 draw. And San Jose over Chicago 2-1. 4 games today. At 7 o'clock, you have Orlando hosting DC United. Let's see here. Orlando's minus 135 favorite. DC's plus 310. Draws plus 270. I'm going to go under 2.5 goals at plus 108. 9 o'clock, you have Colorado hosting Austin. Colorado's minus 160. Austin's plus 380. Draws plus 280. I'm going to go with the draw play right here at plus 280. 9 o'clock, you have FC Dallas hosting Inter Miami CF. Dallas is minus 220. Miami's 5-1. Draw plus 320. Under 2.5 goals plus 106. And last but not least, 10:30, you have the LA Galaxy against Club Football Montreal Impact. This is a good matchup. Both these teams, Montreal's been playing great lately. Galaxy's minus 145, Montreal 3-1, draw 3-1. I'm going with the draw at 3-1. I think it's pretty valuable, especially how well Montreal's playing. The Galaxy haven't won in their last 3 matches. So I'm going to go with the draw. All right, now move on to the Wimbledon. We'll go over the results from the weekend and look at today's matches. We'll start with the men's. Friday, third round results. 9 seed Cameron Norrie over Steve Johnson in 3 sets. 5 seed Carlos Alcaraz over Oscar Ott in 3 sets. 10 seed Jannik Sinner over John Isner, the 20 seed, in 3 sets. 1 seed Novak Djokovic over Mimor Kakmovic in 3 sets. 30 seed Tommy Paul over Jiri Vesely in 3 sets. David Goffin over Hugo Humbert in 4 sets. 23 seed Francis Tiafoe over Alexander Bublik in 4 sets. And Tim Van Rijthoven over Nicolas Basilashvili, your 22 seed, in 3 sets. Saturday, third round results. 2 seed Rafael Nadal over Lorenzo Sonego, your 27 seed, in 3 sets. Nick Kyrgios upsets 4 seed Stefanos Tsitsipas in 4 sets. 11 seed Taylor Fritz over Alex Molcan in 3 sets. Brandon Nakashima over Daniel Galan in 3 sets. 19 seed Alex Demir over Liam Brody in 3 sets. 21 seed Botic van de Zandschulp over Richard Gasquet in 4 sets. Jason Kubler over Jack Sock in 5 sets. And Christian Garin over 29 seed Jensen Brooksby in 4 sets. Sunday round of 16 results. 1 seed Novak Djokovic over Tim Van Rijthoven in 4 sets. 10 seed Jannik Sinner upsets 5 seed Carlos Alcaraz in 4 sets. 9 seed Cam Norrie over 30 seed Tommy Paul in 3 sets. And David Goffin upsets 23 seed Francis Tiafoe in a tremendous 5-set match. All right, 2 going on right now. And we are in the 4th set between 19-seed Alex Demeanor and Christian Garin. I'm going to say Demeanor wraps that up in 4 sets. And also going on right now, only in the first set, you have Brenda Nakashima, Nick Kyrgios. I'm going to say Kyrgios wins that in 4 sets. All right. 9-15, you have Jason Kubler and 11-seed Taylor Fritz. Fritz is minus 550. Kubler is plus 410. So let's go to set betting, and I'm going to go Taylor Fritz 3-0 at plus 125. 11:45, 21-seed Botic van de Zeshelp and 2-seed Rafael Nadal. Nadal's minus 710. Van de Zeshelp is plus 460. To set betting, I'm going to go Nadal 3-0 at plus 115. This is Rafael Nadal we're talking about here. We're not betting against Rafael Nadal. All right, now move on to the women's side results and look ahead to today's matches. 3rd round from Friday. I almost said Saturday. Caroline Garcia over Sui Zhang, your 33 seed in 2 sets. Marie Buskova over 28 seed Allison Risk in 2 sets. 24 seed Elise Mertens over 15 seed Angelique Kerber in 3 sets. Tajana Maria upsets 5 seed Maria Sakkari in 2 sets. 3 seed Ons Jabeur over Diane Parry in 2 sets. Heather Watson over Katja Juvan in 2 sets. Julie Niemeyer over Lucia Sarenko in 3 sets. And 12 seed Jelena Ostapenko over Arina Begu in 3 sets. Saturday, 3rd round. Petra Marchik upsets 8 seed Jessica Pegula in 3 sets. 4 seed Paula Badosa over 25 seed Petra Kvitova in 2 sets. How about this? Elias Cornet upsets 1 seed Iga Swiatek in 2 sets. Oh, baby. 17 seed Elena Rybinka over Coen Zhang in 2 sets. 16 seed Simona Halep over Magdalena Frech in 2 sets. 20 seed Amanda Anisimova over 11 seed Coco Gauff in 3 sets. Alja Tomkovic over 13 seed Barbora Krejcikova in 3 sets. And Harmony Tan over Katie Bolter in 2 sets. Round of 16 results from yesterday. 3 seed Ons Jabeur defeats 24 seed Elise Mertens in 2 sets. Julie Niemeyer over Heather Watson in 2 sets. Tajana Maria upsets 12 seed Jelena Ostapenko in 3 sets. And Marie Buskova over Caroline Garcia in 2 sets. Going on right now, you have 17 seed Elena Rybinka and Petra Martic. Rybinka wins the first match by a score of 7-5, and then now they're 1-1 in the second match. I'm just saying Rybinka wraps it up in 2. All right, coming up shortly, you have Elias Cornet and Alja Tomkovic. It's amazing that these two are playing for a right to the quarterfinal. Cornet's minus 124. Tomkovic is plus 106. We're going to go to set betting. I'm going to say Cornet 2-1 at plus 290. All right, 4 seed Paula Badosa and 16 seed Simona Halep. Halep's actually favored by -10. Badosa's plus 174. I'm going to go to set betting. I'm going to say Halep 2-1 at plus 270. And 20 seed Amanda Anisimova and Harmony Tan. Anisimova's minus 360, Tan's plus 290. Set betting, I'm going to go for a value play. Anisimova 2-1 at plus 290 for a value play. All right, now move on to golf. We'll go over the results of the John Deere Classic. Your winner with the score of 21 under, J.T. Poston. Tied for second with 18 under, Emiliano Grillo and Christian Ziedenhout. Tied for fourth with 17 under, Scott Stallings and Chris Gotterup. Tied for sixth with 16 under, Dylan McCarthy and Callum Tarrant. Tied for eighth with 15 under, Maverick McNeely and Cam Davis. Tied for 10th with 14 under, Chasen Hadley, Michael Gilgick, and Patrick Flavin. Tied for 13th with 13 under, Adam Long, Mark Hubbard, Charles Howell III. Tied for 16th with 12 under, Alex Mully, Pat Kazir, Adam Cook, Matthias Schwab, Chris Nagel, Sahith Thiglia, Grayson Sig, and Bo Hogg. Tied for 24th with 11 under, you have Taylor Moore, Adam Svensson, Kelly Kraft, David Lipsky, Chengson Pong, and Ryan Moore. Tied for 30th with 10 under, Martin Laird, Vincent Taylor, Hayden Buckley, Suddy Kodiara, Nick Hardy, Brandon Wu, Stefan Yeager, Peter Malnati, Dylan Fratelli, Patrick Rogers, and Andrew Novak. Tied for 41st with 9 under, Adam Putnam, Kevin Stroman. Tied for 43rd with 8 under, Vincent Whaley, Fabian Gomez, Brendan Todd, Samuel No, Hank Labodia, Jonathan Bird, Lucas Hodges, Dylan Wu. Tied for 51st with 7 under, Cam Thompson, Morgan Hoffman, Derek Ernst, Tommy Gainey, Nirbam Lahiri, Aaron Baddeley, Justin Lauer, and Preston Stanley. Tied for 59th to 6 under, Michael Thompson. Tied for 60th with 5 under, Zach Johnson and Sam Ryder. 62nd with 3 under, Kramer Hickok. Tied for 63rd with 2 under, Brandon Hingy, Roy Sabatini, and Matt Trainer. 66th with 1 under, Seth Reeves. Tied for 67th at even, James Hahn and Omar Uresti. The rest of them just going to go through Nobles. 69th with 1 over, Ricky Barnes. And then those cut, Nate Lashley, Nate Taylor, Lucas Glover, Scott Brown, Ben Coles, Matt Wallace, Bryce Garnett, KJ Choi, Webb Simpson, Jason Duffner, Cam Champ, Chesner V, Adam Hadwin, Henry Higgs, Henrik Norlander, Doc Redmond, Cam Piercy, Trey Molinax, TA Points, Bo Van Pelt, Jason Wolf, Camilo Vegas, Ryan Ramore, Dolby Vanderwalt, Ben Martin, Richie Wierenski, Brent Snecker, DJ Tran, Paul Bargen, Brian Stewart, Kevin Standler, and among those that withdrew, Roger Sloan, Tyler Duncan, Adam Shank, and Andrew Landry. All right, now we'll go over the 2 NASCAR races from the weekend. We'll start with Xfinity from Road America. Your winner, Ty Gibbs, 2nd. Kyle Larson, 3rd. Josh Berry, 4th. Austin Hill, 5th. Brandon Jones, 6th. AJ Allmendinger, 7th. Riley Herbst, 8th. Noah Gragson, 9th. Jeremy Clements, 10th. Ryan Sieg, the rest. Preston Pardis, Justin Allgaier, Josh Bilicki, Andy Laddie, Alex Ladd, Bailey Curry, Josh Williams, John Hunter Nemechek, Patrick Gallagher, Sam Meyer, Jeb Burton, Jesse Awuji, Anthony Alfredo, Sammy Smith, Cole Custer, Miguel Pilato, Sheldon Creed, Chris Dyson, Daniel Hemrick, Tyler Reddick, Sage Karam, Landon Castle, Myatt Snyder, Brandon Brown, Brett Moffitt, Joe Graff Jr., Ty Dillon, and Will Rogers. And the Cup Series from Road America. Your winner. How about this? Tyler Reddick. Coming in second was Chase Elliott. Third, Kyle Larson. Fourth, Ross Chasen. Fifth, Daniel Suarez. Sixth, Chris Boucher. Seventh, Austin Cindric. Eighth, Michael McDowell. Ninth, AJ Allmendinger. 10th, Kevin Harvick. The rest, Ryan Blaney, who was my pick, Alec Bowman, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Briscoe, Cole Custer, William Byron, Danny Hamlin, Chris Bell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ty Dillon, Joey Hand, Harrison Burton, Kurt Busch, Justin Haley, Todd Gilliland, Eric Jones, Joey Logano, Eric Almirola, Kyle Busch, Kyle Tilley, Austin Dillon, Cody Ware, Brad Keselowski, Corey LaJoie, Bubba Wallace, Josh Bilicki, and Loris Heismans. All right, now I'm going to do my latest NHL mock draft. The draft's actually Thursday, so we should be doing these every day this week. So this is my third NHL mock draft. Number 1, the Montreal Canadiens. Shane Wright, center, Kingston, OHL. Shane Wright's the guy here. Everyone knows it at this point. He's very complete and fills a need for Montreal. Number 2, the New Jersey Devils. Jarov Slavovsky, wing, TPS Liga. The Devils have a need for offense, and the consensus choice for them is Slavovsky. He has good size and strength, and he would fit in on the side of the good centers that they have. Number 3, the Arizona Coyotes. Logan Cooley, center, USA Under-18 NTDP. There's some people and some talk about them going defense here, which wouldn't be stunning, but Cooley should be the guy here. He's an excellent skater and has great skills with the puck. Number 4, the Seattle Kraken. David Jiricek, defenseman, Plzeň, from the Czech Republic. The Kraken should, I think, go with the best player available. A knee injury derailed Jiricek this past season, but he has potential to be a top pair guy. Number 5, the Philadelphia Flyers. Cutter Gauthier, wing, USA Under-18 NTDP. The Flyers are a little unknown on what they will actually do here, but here I have them going with arguably is the safer play. Gauthier is your classic power forward player with his ability to shoot the puck. Number 6, the Columbus Blue Jackets from the Chicago Blackhawks. Simon Nemec, defenseman, Nitra, Slovakia. The Blue Jackets are in a rebuild of some sorts, and here I have them going with Nemec, who is arguably a steal at the spot. Nemec is arguably the best D-man in this draft class. He has great two-way play and skates well. Number 7, the Ottawa Senators. Joakim Kemell, wing, from Finland, JYP. The Senators are another team that I think should just go with best player available. Kemell has potential to be a big-time scorer in the league, and the Sens could use that type of player on the wing. Number 8, the Detroit Red Wings. Marco Kasper, center, Rögle, Sweden. The Red Wings are a team that is desperate to get back to the postseason. Here I have them taking the talented center. Kasper is a versatile player and has a ton of speed and work ethic. 9, the Buffalo Sabres. Matthew Savoy, center, Winnipeg, WHL. The Sabres have the longest playoff drought in the league, and for them to get where they want to be, just take the best player available. Savoy is one of the more dynamic skaters in the draft and has a ton of speed. Number 10, the Anaheim Ducks. Kevin Korchinski, defenseman, Seattle, WHL. Korchinski is a super fast riser heading into the draft this week, and ironically, Korchinski I had picked by the Ducks with their second first rounder in a previous mock. He's good at playmaking skills for a defender, and is one of the better playmaking defensemen in the draft. 11, the San Jose Sharks. Denton Matejchuk, defenseman, Moose Jaw, WHL. The Sharks' going defense here would be wise considering Erik Karlsson's not the same player anymore and Brett Burns is getting older. Matejchuk is a strong skater who's good at creating chances with the puck. 12, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Danila Yurov, wing. Magnik Torskik, Russia. Yurov is somebody that's a little bit of a wild card come draft night in terms of where he may be picked. His lack of production in the KHL could have some teams curious and cautious in terms of drafting him this high. 13, the New York Islanders. Pavel Mintyukov, defenseman, Senegal, OHL. The Islanders were the league's most disappointing team this past season, and I can see them moving this pick to try to get back into the postseason for an impact player. Mintyukov is a physical player who's a defensive version of a power forward. 14, the Winnipeg Jets. Connor Geekie, center, Winnipeg, WHL. This pick would be a fun one as the Jets take the hometown kid. Geekie is a super productive player that has great speed but has some skating concerns, which may have teams alarmed. 15, the Vancouver Canucks. Noah Ostlund, center, Desjardins, junior 20, Sweden. The Canucks take an upside player here with Ostlund. He really broke out in the under-18 tournament and showed great processing ability. If he had some strength, you could have yourself a top 6 guy. 16, the Buffalo Sabres from the Vegas Golden Knights. Hang on here a second, guys. Filip Mesar, center wing, HK Poprad, Slovakia. With their second first rounder, I have the Jackets taking the versatile forward. Mesar is highly skilled and creative. Has a good rate off the puck, but here at this spot could be a little bit of a reach. 17, the Nashville Predators. Owen Pickering, defenseman, Swift Current, WHL. I love the thought of Pickering here from a fit standpoint to go with the talented defense the Preds have. Pickering is a strong skater and has the potential to become a solid two-way defenseman. 18, the Dallas Stars. Jonathan Lekkerimäki, wing, Desjardins, Sweden. The Stars are a little bit of a wild card when it comes to the draft and what they may do. Lekkerimäki is a solid two-way player with good offensive instincts. 19, the Minnesota Wild from the Los Angeles Kings. Isaac Howard, wing, USA Under-18, NTDP. USA's Under-18 is going to produce a lot of talent from this draft. Howard was a part of that loaded team, so his skills are a little overshadowed, but very talented scorer and skater. 20, the Washington Capitals. Frank Nazar, center, USA Under-18, NTDP. This would be a major steal for the Capitals if he were to fall this far, and it would be a much-needed boost to their farm system. Nazar is a super smart player and has the fast pace that teams look for and a ton of energy. 21, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Liam Ogren, wing, Desjardins Jr., Sweden. The Penguins are a team that needs some more young talent in their farm as well. Ogren is an explosive player with a ton of speed and plays with a ton of energy. 22, the Anaheim Ducks from the Boston Bruins. Ryan Chesley, defenseman, USA Under-18, NTDP. With their second first rounder, I have the Ducks going with defense again. Chesley's a solid two-way defenseman and does a great job at being a shutdown guy, and he would be a steal with this pick too. 23, the St. Louis Blues. Nathan Gauthier, center, Quebec, QMJHL. Gauthier is a prospect whose stock is rising with the draft coming this week. Gauthier is someone who is a pro-ready player with his ability to shut down the opposition and is a physical player. 24, the Minnesota Wild. Jimmy Snuggard, center wing, USA Under-18, NTDP. With now what is their second first rounder, I have the Wild taking the talented forward. Snuggard is one of the more improved players heading into the draft, and he skates well and has the skills of a power forward. 25, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jiri Kulich, center, HC Energy, Czech Republic. The Maple Leafs should go with defense here, but Kulich is not a bad choice here. Kulich is someone whose stock rose after a good under-18 tournament, and he's a super physical player. 26, the Montreal Canadiens from the Calgary Flames. Ivan Mirshenko, wing, Omsky, MHL. Mirshenko is a fast riser as the draft approaches this week. Grabbing him here would be a steal considering he was sidelined with Hodgkin's lymphoma, which makes this a possible high reward situation with the low risk. 27, the Arizona Coyotes from the Montreal Canadiens via the Carolina Hurricanes. Rucker McGroarty, wing, USA Under-18 NTDP. McGroarty falling here would be a possible steal for the Coyotes. McGroarty is a super versatile player that is a great scorer, and he has great leadership skills. Number 28, the Buffalo Sabres from the Florida Panthers. Sam Rinzel, defenseman, Shaska, USHL. With their third first-rounder, I have the Sabres going defense. Rinzel is a fast riser come draft day and is a terrific offensive defenseman with some potential on the back end, too. 29, the Edmonton Oilers. Tristan Luneau, defenseman, Gatineau, QMJHL. In theory, the Oilers should trade this pick for a goalie to help them get over the top. Luneau is smart and efficient both ways and is great in the transition game. 30, the Winnipeg Jets from the New York Rangers. Owen Beck, center, Mississauga, WHL. With their second first rounder of the Jets doubling down the middle, Beck dropping this far could be a steal and is a great shutdown center who wins faceoffs. 31, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Jagger Furcus, wings, Moose Jaw, WHL. The Lightning really do a great job rebooting their farm system on the fly after trading away pieces or letting people go in free agency. Furcus dropping this far could be a steal as he's super talented offensively and has great creativity. And number 32, the Arizona Coyotes from the Colorado Avalanche. Brad Lambert, center, Pelicans, Finland. With their third first rounder of the Coyotes going with another center, Lambert is a very skilled forward that has great work ethic and brings a lot to the table. All right, so that was the latest mock draft. I'll probably have another one tomorrow. All right, now I'm going to go over the news and notes for today. So the big story from the weekend is that the Utah Jazz trade Rudy Gobert to the Minnesota Timberwolves for a monster package. 4 first-round picks, including 3 unprotected firsts, and that doesn't even include Walker Kessler, who's another first-round pick. Jared Vanderbilt's in the deal. Patrick Beverley's in the deal. It's just amazing that Minnesota gave that much up for Gobert. And I think that is way too much to give up for Gobert. I would have done only 2 first-round picks. Maybe one of them would be a top 5 or top 3 protected. Like, that is way too much for a big man that's limited. Like, this is not trading for Joel Embiid. This is not trading for Nikola Jokic. This is Rudy Gobert, who I know is a defensive player of the year, but he's very limited as a player. I don't know if I even like the fit with him and Karl Anthony Towns together. I mean, Brooklyn tried to do this with Brook Lopez and Kevin Garnett. That did not work out. This kind of reminds me of where you have a big man that likes to shoot threes in the high post, and then a big man that likes to be in the low post with and Gobert. So I don't even know if I like the fit there for Gobert. It's just a monster haul for Minnesota to give up the Utah. And Utah should be proud. I don't think they're going to do as good in a Donovan Mitchell trade. That's how strongly I feel about this Gobert trade. Like, Minnesota's just out of their minds to overpay like that. I mean, there's some talks that if they trade Donovan to New York. I mean, that R.J. Barrett on the table, but I wouldn't even put him on the table because I think R.J. has a chance to be special. So I wouldn't even touch R.J. when it comes to a Donovan Mitchell trade. I mean, maybe Julius Randle, but we'll see. But that is just insane. And then there was a Brian Windhorst meme on the internet after he predicted that the Jazz would make a blockbuster trade. And he had his moment on First Take that everyone's talking about. I mean, Windhorst has had a lot of stuff lately, to his credit. I mean, he's somebody that's gotten some things wrong, but he's somebody that also has gotten some things right. But I think he's just perceived as LeBron's buddy, in a way. He's more than that. He's a great NBA reporter. He's a good guy, or a good guy from what I've heard through people. So, gotta give credit to where credit's due in the media. Some more NBA stuff. Danilo Gallinari joins the Celtics after he gets bought out by the Spurs. And the Boston Celtics also acquire Malcolm Brogdon from Indiana for a 2023 first-round pick. Daniel Tice and Aaron Nesmith. Great trade for Boston. I know Brogdon sometimes really hasn't been on the court, but part of me just thinks that Indiana just sat him, so they tried the tank. Brogdon's a great player. Very capable of averaging like a 23, 7, and 8, or 8 and 7. So, I think that's a terrific deal for the Boston Celtics and not giving up Marcus Smart or Derek White in that trade. Bravo, Boston. The Raptors sign Otto Porter Jr. 2-year deal with the player option. A nice signing for them. Zach LaVine gets the max with the Bulls. 5 years, $215.2 million with player option. I don't know if I really love this. I think Zach LaVine got overpaid here. He's a great player, but I don't think he's worth over $200 million. Yusuf Nurkic, 4 years, $70 million from the Blazers. So the Blazers are just trying to be competitive with Dame. But Dame resigning is not a sure thing, as the Blazers plan to offer him a 2-year, $100 million plus extension. But he needs to be persuaded by off-season moves. Kevin Durant has conditions for a Miami trade, which is ridiculous. He'd only welcome it if Butler, Bam, and Lowry remain on the team, which is insane. Like, Lowry's not the same player anymore. Like, come on. I think he's past his prime, personally. It's similar to Chris Paul in the West, but I think Chris still has more left in the tank, honestly, than Lowry. I don't know. But there's some teams lurking for Kevin Durant, including his former team, the Golden State Warriors, as they're open to the idea of reunion, but it's highly unlikely as the team may not want to pay the hefty price. And another team that can't be ruled out, the Toronto Raptors, as they are lurking and can't be ruled out. They can't be ruled out because I think everything's on the table for them for Durant. And then the Timberwolves called about Kevin Durant as they placed several calls to Brooklyn, but talks halted because they were unwilling to deal Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. I talked about this somewhere, that you can make a case that Anthony Edwards is untouchable in a Durant trade, and I don't think he's completely untouchable, but the Wolves certainly feel that way. Darius Garland, 5 years, $193 million extension that could be worth up to $231 million. So good for Darius Garland. The Philadelphia 76ers and James Harden met over the weekend to begin negotiating a new multi-year deal. The Charlotte Hornets re-signed Cody Martin, 4 years, $32 million, to stay in Charlotte. The Nets and the Lakers, it was reported that they're eyeing a Kyrie Russ deal, and the two teams were actively engaged in trade discussions around the two guards. And then there's a report out last night is that there's no traction on deals for the two guys as the Nets are being patient to get the biggest haul of assets they can. And the Lakers have yet to be progressive on Kyrie. Apparently, LeBron is rooting to land Kyrie more than anyone, according to Mark Stein. The Bulls are signing Goran Dragic, according to Shams. I like that fit for Chicago, just someone that can come off the bench and be a heat check guy. The Thunder are waiving Isaiah Roby. That's not really surprising to me. The Knicks re-signed Mitchell Robinson, 4 years, $60 million. The Knicks had to bring him back, I thought, and it was a good price as well. The Big Ten is prioritizing Notre Dame as the conference is holding on further expansion for now, and it's waiting for the Fighting Irish to make a decision. The Phillies honor Albert Pujols, and Ryan Howard was in attendance for it, so that was pretty cool. Vlad Guerrero Sr. wore a Montreal Expos uni and threw out the first pitch to his son, which was awesome. Buster Only reports that the Braves could be in play to sign Jacob deGrom if he opts out, as some of the corners of the industry believe, according to Buster Only. Jalen Ferguson's cause of death revealed. It was from combined effects of fentanyl and cocaine. That's really sad. Adrian Peterson and Le'Veon Bell confirmed July 30th at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. That's pretty cool. We talked about that the other day. UFC stuff. Donald Cerrone retires as Cowboy calls it a career after 38 UFC fights. He says he doesn't love it anymore. In UFC 276, Adesanya beats Connier. So that was a really good fight. So we have reported out that the Yankees are eyeing outfield help as they're looking at the trade market. That's smart. Joey Gallo's struggling. Aaron Hicks is struggling. So might as well. Yankees trade Manny Banuelos to the Pirates for cash considerations. It's good to see Banuelos pitch for them after being a highly touted prospect for them for years and was bouncing around. I think a larger deal is coming. Hockey news. The Winnipeg Jets are hiring Rick Bowness as head coach. I think it's a good hire for Winnipeg. Canucks extend Brock Besser 3 years, over $18 million. Like that extension for Brock Besser in Montreal. For Vancouver. The Lightning trade Ryan McDonough to the Nashville Predators for Phillipe Myers and Grant Mismatch. It sounds like Mismatch, the name, and that's what this trade is. I love it for the Preds. Ryan McDonough is still a very good player. I can't believe that's all they gave up to get Ryan McDonough. I don't know why the Lightning were dying to get rid of this guy so bad. Barry Trotz says that he was ready to return to the Islanders next season. He said, I was actually hoping to start. Yikes. Kevin Durant actually broke his silence about requesting a trade. He tweeted something. Some baseball news. Ronald Acuna came back for the Braves on Friday. Max Scherzer will be back tomorrow against the Reds. Anthony DeSclafani to the injured list due to an ankle injury. Big loss for the Giants. Alec Mills injured after 7 pitches in the first inning against the Red Sox. Chris Taylor got injured, fouling a ball off his left foot in the 3rd inning on Saturday night. Rockies pitcher Antonio Senzatella to the injured list due to a shoulder injury. Ashton Gaudo recalled from AAA. Mookie Betts came back yesterday against the Padres. Xander Bogaerts exited the game against the Cubs yesterday and received 7 stitches. Now he's day-to-day. Jacob deGrom was spotted throwing 100 miles per hour in a rehab start for Mets Class A St. Lucie. And DeSclafani's out 4 to 5 months. He's out for the year, undergoing ankle surgery. That is brutal news for the Giants. Big loss for them. And Frankie Montas day-to-day with inflammation in his shoulder after exiting early against the Mariners. Ravens running back J.K. Dobbins may not play in the preseason as he recovers from his torn ACL. The WNBA All-Star teams are set. So that is pretty cool. So Team Wilson, you have head coach Becky Hammond. Starters Candace Parker, Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, along with captain Sylvia Foles and Aja Wilson. Reserves Ryan Howard, Derica Hampy, Courtney Vandersloot, Washington Mystics guard Ariel Atkins, Brianna Jones, and Natasha Howard. And then Team Stewart is coached by James Wade. Your captain, Sue Bird and Brianna Stewart. So the 2 Storm teammates are now co-captains on the team. The remaining starters, Jackie Young, Jonquel Jones, and Nneka Agumake. Reserves, Jewel Lloyd, Kalila Cooper, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Alyssa Thomas, Enrique Gumabali, and Emma Messiman. That is a really neat all-star lineup. The Lynx retired Rebecca Brunson's number 32 to the Raptors. So that was pretty neat to see. And non-sports news, R. Kelly sues Brooklyn Federal Jail after being placed on suicide watch. He says cruel and unusual punishment. Oof. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. I knew we were going to have a long news and notes today because news and notes are usually big on Mondays. So I have a couple baseball totals in thought for best bet today. I am going to go... Oh, Rays Red Sox went down to 9.5. That was in consideration. So this is a pretty difficult one to pick. Only because the number's at 7.5, I'm going to go with the over in the Blue Jay Athletics game. I'm going to lay a unit on over 7.5 between the Blue Jays and the Athletics for my best bet of the day. All right, so that's it for today's show. I'll be back on Tuesday, tomorrow, recapping everything that happens today, looking ahead to everything tomorrow. We'll see how Joey Chestnut does as a monster favorite to win yet another hot dog eating contest. And then obviously news and notes and best bet for you as well. Hope you guys have a happy 4th of July, everybody.